Hi there, my name is Natalie Baugh, and I'm currently a high school leader at Calvary Chapel East Anaheim. Our pastor, Josh Terada, asked if I could make a short video about what it's like to be a junior high or high school leader. I have had the pleasure of serving in the junior high and high school ministry now for 7 years, so I'm definitely one of the most long-term leaders at our church, and I just wanted to encourage you if you are thinking about becoming a high school or junior high leader, or maybe you are one and are a little bit discouraged with your small group, or maybe you are one and you have a great relationship with your small group. Just from my experiences, I hope to share some insight and advice about being a leader, and I hope it helps. So here's a little bit about what I learned. So, I chose to go into the junior high ministry in the first place because I really have a huge heart for girls at that age. It's kind of an awkward stage of life. They don't really know what's going on, or there's so many changes going on, and they don't know what to think about themselves, and they're scared about everything. They have insecurities about everything, and I love it. I love talking truth into girls at that age. So I had been serving in the junior high ministry already for 1 year, and then I started again with a new seventh grade group, and I've had the rare opportunity to follow these girls all the way to their high school year. So I've had these girls from their seventh grade year all the way to their senior year, where we are at now. So it's been a huge blessing. I have an amazing group, a small group, and I was really encouraged to go into the junior high ministry in the first place too, because I had such an amazing high school, junior high leader who really instilled truth into me, who really shaped who I am today, and I'm very, very grateful for her. And I wanted to do the same for someone else as well. So I went into the junior high ministry, and I got my group of girls, and I really felt like I needed to let these girls know who I am personally. And so I remember I did like a Bible series, and I kind of broke my testimony up, and I did Bible lessons or Bible studies each week. I believe it was like every Sunday at a local coffee shop, and I was honest with them. I shared my testimony with them and share things that I went through when I was their age. And I really wanted to instill, like I said, truth into them, but share advice with them if they went against these same things as junior high or high school students, if they maybe combated those same things, or even if they didn't, even if it's just for them to know that I am human too, and that I go through hard things too, and that's okay to go through hard things sometimes, and maybe try to show them how to get through it. So I still have girls that come to me from my group today and say, remember that time when we did a Bible study, in seventh grade, and you shared your testimony, and they really encouraged me that was a huge turning point for them, which is a huge encouragement for me. But they say that was the start of their molding of their own personal relationship with Christ, which is, like I said, a huge encouragement. So just being honest with your small group, being honest about yourself, and you don't have to share everything about yourself, but just share enough so that they feel like they know you personally. So that was the first thing I wanted to encourage you on, is to get to know them on a personal level. And it goes deeper than that. It goes to asking them questions. It goes to starting to get to know them individually as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. And so, that was kind of their junior high years. They went into high school, and high schools, they're again at that age where they're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They really don't know what's going on. This is high school. Oh my goodness, we're growing up. And they maybe start to become a little bit more. I always tell my girls, you're going through a phase at those years. You start to recognize your appearance more. You start to recognize your body more, and changes are going on. And It sometimes the girls, I could tell their thinking started to be maybe a little bit more shallow, and so I would encourage them to maybe think beyond that. And I just kept speaking truth into them. It's really important to speak truth into them, not only truth in that they are beautiful daughters of Christ, but truth into that they are more than just an appearance, that they are more than just looks, that they have so much more to give and do in the world. And so speaking that truth into them constantly, even if, maybe all they say or all they think or all they do is a little bit more on the shallow end, that's okay, because continually speaking that truth into them will really help to them to start to think that way and to start to think more critically and to start to develop themselves and, like I said, their relationship and their who they are in Christ. So that was their that was their sophomore and freshman years. So after that, they went into the junior year, and I always tell them, you girls were too busy for me. Their junior year was a busy year, which is crazy because it was one of my busiest years as well. But, I want to encourage you too that the whole time I've been a junior high and high school leader, I have been working pretty much full time. I've also been in school full time. I did my undergrad and doing my master's now, and I've also been volunteering. I've been, serving on boards at school. I've been doing this, I've been doing that, and I've been really busy. And it's why I share this is because sometimes you're going to feel like, man, I don't have time to do a Bible study every week with the girls, or I don't have time to do a small group event. And that's okay. That's really okay. But just showing, maybe if it's just once a month, like plan a Bible study once a month, that makes a huge difference for the girls. Or maybe it's planning a small group event once a month. Maybe it's just going for coffee once a month with the girls. That makes a huge difference to them, because it's showing them that, oh wow, she's really busy, but she's taking time to spend with me. She's making it a priority to spend with me. So even if it's not, it doesn't have to be every week. It could be every other week. It could be once a month. It could be every other month. That's okay. But just planning things. So that's number 3, is I encourage you to plan events. Even if you plan an event and it cancels last minute, that's okay. We've had so many times that has happened. Like I said, their junior year was the busiest for them, and we would plan things, and last minute all of the girls would, oh, I can't go, I'm so sorry. And that's okay. And we canceled the event. Maybe try it again next month. But just the fact that we had scheduled something, just the fact that I had tried to schedule something and spend time with them made a big difference, because it showed them that I was trying to spend time with them, that I wanted to spend time with them. And like I said, I always told them, you girls are too busy for me, and that might be true. That might happen, but still plan things. That doesn't mean you don't plan things anymore. Still plan things. So number 3 is plan events. Okay, so now we're going into their senior year, and just from feedback that I've gotten more recently, I've really started to make it a point to challenge the girls to think critically, about the messages. Sorry, Josh, but they don't always agree with you, and that's okay. I want the girls to think for themselves. I don't want them to just take what the pastor says for truth, because they're going into college next year, and there's going to be teachers and professors that come to them and say the opposite from truth. They're going to say lies, and I don't want them to be used to just taking what authority says for truth. I never want them to do that. I always want them to challenge it. I want them to, take whatever that person says and then go to the Bible. I want them to go to the gospel, and I want them to say, okay, does this match up? Does this match up to the Bible? Does this match up to the gospel? Because that's so important. It's so important for them to start to think critically like that. And it's okay for them not to agree with everything they say. I always tell the girls, don't just take what I say for truth. Don't just take what I say and make it your own. I want you to maybe take what I say, take what the pastor says, take what your teachers say, take what your parents say, and then go to the Bible, and then go to the gospel, go to what Christ says, and compare it to that. So Number 4 is just really challenging your students to think critically, think that way. They said that that has made one of the biggest impacts in their own personal relationships with Christ. So it's just because they now think differently. They think about, okay, is this true? And if not, why is this person saying it if it's not true, and then they develop that and help use that to help mold their own personal relationships with Christ. So number 5 is just love them. Above all, just love the girls. Even if you don't have time to plan events, or you don't have time to or you don't have the funds to take them to coffee, just asking them personal questions, maybe after service, like, hey, so-and-so, how is your aunt doing? Is she still sick? How can I pray for her? That makes them think, oh, wow, she remembered that my aunt is sick. Oh, wow, she's, she knows me personally. She knows me on a personal level. So even if it's taking a few minutes after service to spend time with them each individually, just for a couple of minutes, that makes a huge difference. So I know that was kind of a long video. I'm so sorry. But just again, I wanted to recap on the 5 things that I shared. This number 1, speak truth into them. Tell them they are beautiful daughters of Christ. Number 2, get to know them on a personal level. Ask them personal questions. Share with them personally about your life. Number 3, plan events. Even if you don't keep your dates, plan them, because that makes a difference. Number 4, encourage them to think critically. Encourage them to think for themselves. Encourage them to be an individual person, an individual follower of Christ. And number 5, love them. That is the most important thing. Love them, pray for them, be with them, just be with them. That makes all the difference in the world. So I hope this video helped you. I hope it encouraged you. If you're thinking about becoming a leader or wanting to become a leader, or you are a leader, I hope it was just encouragement to you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope it helped. God bless.